Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Ethology. Today we'll be learning and mastering the basics of analytical geometry. So let's start. In analytical geometry we have three main formulas, which are the gradient, length, and midpoint formulas. And we need to understand and master these formulas. The gradient formula measures the steepness of a straight line, and the formula goes as follows. So it's m is equals to change in y divided by change in x, which is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And note that the gradient is measured by a small letter m. It's represented by a small letter m. So let's do an example. So they'll give you your points, and from your points you'll then have to arrange your points, then substitute them into the formula. So they give us a question here. They say determine the gradient of a line passing through 1.3 and 8.2. So our points are 1.3 and 8.2. So first things first, we need to arrange our points. So this will be our x1, this will be our y1, this will be our x2, and this will be our y2. And because we've arranged our formula, or we've arranged our points, we'll then have to substitute them into the formula. The formula goes as m is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So our y2 is 2 minus y1 is 3 divided by our x2 is 8. Our x1 is 1. And then just punch it into a calculator, and the answer will be negative 1. Our answer is negative 1/7. And yes, your gradient can be a negative. It can be a negative. Don't get confused by that. So let's move to the second formula. So our second formula is the distance or the length formula, which measures the distance between 2 points of a straight line. And the formula goes as follows. It's d is equals to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 also squared. So, and note that you need to start with the same letter in both your x and your y's. So what I mean is, let's do an example. So like they'll give you 2 points, right? So these are the points that they give us. We're using the very same points as we used before. So it's point A, which is 1.3, and point B, which is 8.2. So it's the very same point. What I meant by you need to start with the same letters is, like when you write your formula, right? Let me write the formula. So it's AP, right? And remember your formula. Let me just show you guys. Your formula is x2, the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So I'm not going to write it again. So we need to choose which one will be our x2 and which one will be our x1. So x2 here can be this one. So you arrange your your points first. This will be our x2, which is xa. This will be our ya, which is y2. This will be our xb, and this will be our yb. So now I'm going to start with xa, which is 1, and then this is going to be 8 here, which is our xb squared, plus, and this is what I was saying. When you started with a letter, a variable from a, you need to start with a variable from a as well in your y's. So because we started with the variable from a, which is 1, we need to start from the variable from a as well, which is ya. It's 3, minus yb, which is 2, or squared. And from this point, you just punch everything on your calculator, and your answer will be let me write the answer in a different color. So the answer will be b is equals to 5 root 2. So that's your answer. And our third and last formula is the midpoint formula. And the midpoint formula calculates the point in the middle of 2 points in a straight line. So let me draw a straight line here, A and B. So that's our straight line. So your midpoint will be in the middle of those points. So that's our midpoint, right? And now the formula of the midpoint goes as follows. So it's x is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2 point y1 plus y2 over 2. And the midpoint formula has x and y because it's a point. And remember, our point is like this, right? It's x and y. Our midpoint has x and y because it's also a point. And let's do an example. So we'll use the very same point that we were using before, which is a is 1.3 and b, which is 8.2. And it's the same here as well. You need to first arrange your points, then substitute into the formula. So this will be our xa, this will be our ya, this is ya, this will be our xb, and this will be our yb. And remember not to mix your x's and your y's. So the formula goes as m is equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 point y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So let's substitute our points into the formula. So it's m, and remember, note this, the midpoint is represented by a capital letter M. The midpoint is represented by a capital letter M. So that's that. So our x1 will be 1, and our x, you can choose whatever point you want to show from this, but it needs to be x. So x1 will be xa, which is 1, plus our x2 will be xb, which is 8, divide by 2 point, our y1 will be 3, and our y2 will be 2, divide by 2. Punch this into your calculator, and our midpoint will be 9 over 5. This is 9 over 5. Our midpoint will be 9. Oh god, sorry about this. 9 over 5 5 over 2. So that's our midpoint. Let me just this will be our midpoint. So let us do a quick recap. Okay, so we did the gradient, which is represented by small letter m. The gradient is represented by a small letter m, and the formula is change in y over change in x. Arrange your points first, then substitute them into the formula. Substitute, and then we did the distance or the length formula, which is d is equals to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And it's the same here as well. You first arrange your points, then substitute them into the formula. And the last one will be our midpoint, which is the point in the middle of two. It's the point in the middle of 2 points of a straight line, right? And the formula is m is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2 point y1 plus y2 over 2, both in brackets. And then it's represented, and don't forget this, the midpoint is represented by a capital letter M. And that's it for today, guys. Make sure to keep on practicing. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.